Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amar Ariantino. I'm a sixth semester student of TBI-EIN Madura. Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about, or I make a tutorial video that is about how to input the data using SPSS on your computer Windows. Okay, let's get to the video. Okay, before we process the data, make sure that you have already installed the application that is SPSS, and then you have the data that needs to be analyzed. Okay, for the first is the data. For the text description that say a teacher wants to measure the effect of teaching technique called semantic mapping on the improvement of the student vocabulary achievement. Okay, in the quantitative research, there is, for your information, there is two variable. Those are x variable and y variable. In this case, the x variable is the teaching technique, that is the semantic mapping, and for the y variable is the student vocabulary achievement. If we look to the text description for the number one, it use experimental research. Why? Because there is a pre-test and post-test. It means that what is that? In the research, you conduct the research by giving it what is that? Perlakuan atau or ya, perlakuan or treatment. For the first, you copy the data and then Control V, and then you open the application that is the SPSS. In this case, I use SPSS version 26. I think this version, it's almost the same, and it doesn't have a significantly different from the previous one. So I think the step is the same, still the same, and then Control V. Oh, data view, and then Control V. You can delete this column. Okay, if the data, the pre-test and also the post-test, you have already put, and then you go to the variable view, you tap this, and then for the name, you can rename the name using X, that stands for the X variable or the independent variable. And for the second column, you can rename using Y variable or the dependent variable, and you tap decimal, and then you have to turn it to be 0 or O for the second column as well. And for the label, you can giving it the name what is that, pretest, and for the second column post test. Okay, next is tap this analyze, and then compare mean, and then paired sample t-test, tap. You tap this and then Control A, and then move this to the right side, and then click OK, and then the Spss process the data. Okay, after the application have analyzed the data, it shows that the result is less than 0.5. It means that what is it? There is a significantly different from the pre-test and the post-test. If the result shows 0.5, it means that it doesn't have a significantly different from the pre-test and the post-test. Okay, for the next is and for the next is we go to the second case. There is a researcher is interested to find the answer to a question. Do a student grammatically error in writing correlate significantly with the grammatical error in speaking? Okay, in this case, it is the correlational research, because it shows that it is you have to find the correlation between the writing, the grammatical error in writing and their grammatical error in speaking. That is shown in the question. Okay, the application have open. We can copy the score to find the correlation, and then Control V, and we open the application, and then paste this. You can download this because it doesn't necessarily need. And then we go to variable view. We can rename this using X, and then for the second column Y. For the label, writing, grammatical error in writing and grammatical in speaking. Writing, because it is the independent variable, and then for the dependent variable, the speaking, speaking, and then after rename all of the name in this, you can tap this analyze and then correlate, and then tap or click the variate, and then Control A. Then we move this to the right side, that is to the variable. We can keep this what is that, the Pearson, using Pearson correlation coefficient, and then click OK. After the application analyze the data, and it shows that um, the result, it shows that 0.1, yeah, according to the research in the statistical process, if the data, if the result of the data that we input to the statistic application, if it show 0.1, it means it is a strong correlation or the positive correlation. If the data more than the 0.5, it means it doesn't have a strong it has a negative, what's that, correlation. Maybe that's all what I can explain in this video. Before we close this video, I am going to say thank you so much to Ma'am Robiah for teaching us in this semester, and I personally want to say thank you so much for being my DBA, my dosen pembimbing akademik, this for all this semester, for from the first semester until the sixth semester. I want to say thank you so much. And if you see any mistake in this video, I want to say sorry. And then, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.